Welcome to House of Ghouls Horror Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Ian VanGhoul, joined as always with my best friend and co-host, Cozy Colby. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, buddy. Thanks for having me. I'm feeling cozy today. I got a little too cozy on the couch, so we started a little later than usual.
I'm just glad you can make it.
Yeah, I'm glad to.
So, a couple weeks ago, we had our good friend Victor Gabriel here, and during that episode, we determined that we were going to have him back for a hot takes episode. Well, all of us just couldn't wait to do it, so it's happening right now. So please welcome back our homie, straight out of the flask, Victor Gabriel. What's up,
Yo,
buddy?
oh, same old shit, man. Hanging loose.
Hell yeah.
Stoked to be here. Yeah,
Good
thanks
shit.
Has your
for having me.
2020 has your 2025 gotten better since last time?
Oh, no, not really. It's it's all right. Yeah, it's all good. It's fine. Moving on.
Everything's fine. Nothing to see
Everything's
here.
fine.
It's fine. Well, I guess
Totally
we'll
cool.
just get right into it.
Scary movie.
The biggest news of the week and what most people are talking about right now, we're actually going to save that uh, just for a little bit because I don't want to get into it right now because it's actually going to be a part of our main topic, our main discussion. So we'll save
I felt
all that news for later in the episode.
I know exactly what we're talking about.
Do you?
I do.
But in other news, it's been about 5 years since the first announcement that a remake of 1998's The Faculty was going to happen. It's been pretty quiet since that until this week, and it was announced that the remake's officially in the works. Robert Rodriguez, who directed the original, is going to produce this one, and Drew Hancock, the writer of Companion, is attached to write the screenplay. The film is being produced by Boulder Light, who's the company behind Barbarian, but no other details have been announced. How are you guys feeling about this news?
I don't hate it. At first, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But then I read that Robert Rodriguez is attached to produce, and then the writer companion is writing the screenplay. So I have faith.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how I feel. I only heard about this through your posts, and I I feel like a little detached from the news of everything. I haven't picked up a Fangoria in a while, so after you go a year without reading, internet articles and reading magazines, but I just saw Companion. I thought it was cool, and I love the faculty and Robert Rodriguez, so it's like give me more, really.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't hate the news. I would honestly for this, I wish it would be a legacy sequel as opposed to a remake. Like if they could
Yeah.
get that whole cast back and it be
Ooh.
like, 20, 30 years later and they have to go against some sort of alien again, that would
Hmm.
be fucking sick.
It'd be very timely
It's
to do a
it's
sequel.
dude, it's insane how stacked that cast is because at the time they were all like nobodies. Like the
Mhm.
biggest name at the time was Usher.
And people forget he was even in that movie now.
Exactly. Because you got Josh Hartnett, you got fucking Elijah Wood, and you have all these like the people who played the teachers as well, like Robert Patrick, a bunch of others. I can't remember their name right now, but it is fucking stacked.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, John Stewart.
Yeah, John
Um,
Stewart too.
yeah. I forget her name. The one that passed away is the one that plays Carrie's mom in Carrie. I can't think
Oh
of her
yeah,
name right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But for them, I mean, for other than her and maybe one other, they're all alive still.
Mhm.
Like they could totally get everyone back. That'd be amazing.
Isn't Danny Masterson in it too? But he's in prison.
Mm-mm, not that
I
one.
thought I thought Danny Masterson was in like he had like a quick cameo. Like he was one of the dudes
Oh,
that bought like the drugs from Josh Hartnett in the
yeah,
bathroom.
he might be. Yeah,
Piece of
but I mean,
shit.
it's not a pivotal
Yeah,
role. So
yeah,
fuck that guy.
yeah.
I
Fucking
thought maybe you
awful.
were mixing him up with with that other movie that came out in 1998, Disturbing Behavior. but he
Oh
wasn't in
yeah, that's
that.
another good one too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like the same movie. Hot take, it's the same movie.
it's similar.
It's very
It's
similar.
very, very similar. But they both slap. I love both of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So speaking of remakes of well-beloved 90s horror movies, a brand new adaptation of Ryu Murakami's 1997 novel Audition is apparently in the works. So the novel is what served as the basis for the 99 Takashi Miike film. So Christian Taftrup is the director of the original Danish Speak No Evil, is co-writing the script with his brother Mads. No other information was announced, but I just saw that today. That Audition is getting, it's not a remake 'cause it's based on a novel, but we're getting another adaptation of Audition.
A reboot, a reimagining.
Something like that.
I'll
Wow.
check it out.
That's, yeah. I love auditions, so of course, like I'm gonna again, it's just more like the thing that I love, give me more of it. And then I can make up my mind. I'm
Audition
gonna
is
see it.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
I need to rewatch it. It's been a long
So
time.
fucking good. So fucking good.
I watched it
Were
a
you
long
not a
time
fan when
ago.
you?
Yeah, well, it was one of those like, I grew up like hearing how fucked up it was and like how like disturbing and et cetera, et cetera. So when I finally checked it out, like it was cool, but I was like, that's it. Like it wasn't nearly as fucked up as I was
Uh-huh.
expecting it to be. Um, so yeah, it was a little underwhelming, but at the same time, like I said, that was like probably 15 years ago or so at least. So I need to check it out again, give it a fair shot,
Mhm. An adult shot.
an adult shot. Yes,
Mhm. Yeah,
exactly.
I saw it when I was really young too, and I think the idea kind of escaped me. Like the whole setup in the beginning was kind of like, all right, where's this going? I'm bored. And
Hmm.
but when you're an adult and you realize how miserable that setup is, it makes the back half of the movie that much crazier. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I kind of just it just like went over my head. It's not, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the most complex movie, but it is like multiple movies in one. And so I think it requires more of an adult mind for sure, if that makes any sense.
It does. I feel like you speak a lot more intellectually with all those books behind you.
Yeah, probably. I also restarted my internet, so
The internet's looking good today.
Don't jinx it.
ironically, you guys both look like shit. You look like just pixels on my screen. It's great.
Really?
Like the roles are reversed.
That's fine.
It's
I'll take it.
yeah.
We'll be
It's
8-bit today. So our final bit of remake news, the Toxic Avenger remake that we've all been waiting literal years for is finally getting released. It is being released unrated. It's getting a wide release and it's hitting theaters August 29th. So it's directed by Macon Blair. It stars Peter Dinklage as Toxie. Also stars Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, and Jacob Tremblay. So fuck yeah, it's about goddamn time.
Mhm. Yeah, I've been waiting like 2 years for this shit, 3 years or something.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've been
at
waiting
least.
so fucking long.
Yeah.
It's been, yeah, it feels like it's been like 5 years that they fucking talked about it initially.
Yeah.
Probably more, honestly. I want to say like they released that they were doing it in like 2018 or 2017 or some shit like that. So it's been a fucking long time coming.
Yeah, at this point, it's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years.
He's not wrong. I can't believe that it's Peter Dinklage. Like it's crazy. Like just that's insane. Think about that for a minute. You know what I mean? Just think
And
about it.
it premiered at Fantastic Fest, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
So I have a couple friends that have seen it and they fucking love it. But yeah, I can't believe Cineverse picked it up and I'm excited that it's Cineverse because they're not gonna fucking censor anything.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm
it makes
glad.
a lot of sense. Yeah, what's going
Mhm.
on with it. And yeah, I think it's gonna be so sick. I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been waiting for it for so long. So yeah, I'm fucking stoked now that there's actually like a legit release date and everything too.
Mhm.
Be a good time. So yeah, so in other news, Damien Leone announced he's begun writing the script for Terrifier 4. He stated that it's, quote, the most epic, horrifying, thrilling, emotional, and satisfying conclusion, and that he will finally reveal Art's origin. So there's
I think
that.
he's gonna kill. I think he's gonna kill Sienna.
You think so?
Hmm.
You think Art's going to win at the end?
It's he said sad. Like what else can they do?
Yeah, I don't know.
They could pump fake killing Jonathan and then actually kill him.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking more. If anything, as far as like emotional and sad, I would think he would leave. He would have her survive, but everyone else that she loves and cares about is dead.
I don't know.
It's hard to
Everybody
say
That's
though.
already
pretty.
is, or we think everybody already is dead that she loves,
Yeah,
except Gabby.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm thinking Gabby, and I don't think Jonathan's dead.
No, he's not.
So,
What are we, stupid?
what are we dumb?
What are we, dumb? Hey, Laura, did they kill Jonathan in Terrifier 3? She said no.
There we go.
Hmm.
She speaks the truth. So we have
Yeah,
a new documentary coming out about the life of Gunnar Hansen. It's hitting digital and physical media on February 25th. It's called Dinner with Leatherface, and it's all about the life, legacy, and career of the late horror icon. I don't know about you guys. I fucking love documentaries, especially horror ones, and I'm kind of stoked about this,
Me too.
I'm I'm stoked. I love Gunnar Hansen.
right?
Texas Chainsaw is one of my favorite movies. And you ever see I mean he's been in a bunch of shit, but you ever see Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers?
A long time ago, yeah.
Dude, Colby, the face you just made, bro. It's
I've
pretty
never even
awesome. It's
heard of
pretty
that.
fun.
I've never heard of
Uh,
it.
it's pretty awesome. It's pretty ridiculous. You should check it out. Um, but yeah, he's just been a bunch of cool campy shit outside of that, and it's all mainly from Texas Chainsaw. So, I mean, it's kind of like when Kane Hodder or who's another like just name another motherfucker.
Robert
Michael
England.
Berryman, Robert England. It's just like how they get typecast because they're like main, their most famous like role is that horror icon, and then they just get all these other movies similar. And thank you, by the way, for Michael Berryman. Um, I don't know. I like it. I like when that happens, but because it also seems like those people really, really fuck with what they do. You know what I mean? They all seem like Bill Moseley. They all seem to be like so into what they do, and I think that's kind of what like that seemed to be Gunner's like take on anytime in an interview or whatever. But to my recollection, he hasn't done very many. Like it's kind of like he's like one of those people that's a little aloof, and I'd love to see a documentary about him to hear more about it because I love hearing about all those other main people. But I bet Gunner's got a lot of really cool insights. He worked with a lot of cool people in the '80s, so it'd be sweet.
Hell yeah. We'll find out on February 25th when Dinner with
Oh shit, that's
Leatherface
soon.
is released. It is. And then finally, sticking with the subject of documentaries, Adam Marcus, the director of Jason Goes to Hell, unveiled the official poster for the upcoming documentary, Hearts of Darkness, The Making of the Final Friday. So it's a feature length documentary on the Friday the 13th sequel. It's premiering in May at Texas Frightmare Weekend. He also revealed that a new 4K Ultra HD version of the film, Jason Goes to Hell, is on its way from Arrow Video, and they will also be premiering that at Texas Frightmare as well. So if you remember our last episode with Victor, you did mention Jason Goes to Hell. So how do you feel about this news?
I love that movie. It's one of my favorites, and I'm sure it's going to be in the hot takes segment. But I mean, it's one of my favorite Friday the 13th movies. So I'm ecstatic, genuinely. This is also the first I'm hearing this news, so I'm looking forward to all of that stuff. I think that movie is so severely underrated. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Dude, the ending alone, fucking the like where else have we seen that? That would literally be like what crossover can you imagine right now with like the horror icons? Do you know what I mean? Like what if Terrifier had like this crazy crossover at the end of part four? Because Jason Goes to Hell also was like one of those things where it's like, all right, this is really it. This is definitely it. You know what I mean? So now Damien's out here talking about like this is it. Part four, we're done. So what happens if in the last 10 seconds of part four of Terrifier, like one of the other big horror icons or whatever just walks in for like 8 seconds, you know what I mean? And we're just like, what the fuck? That literally happened in real time 30 years ago. And I think that's so vastly overlooked. We don't have that shock and awe anymore. End of rant.
That's true. I
It
never
just
really
doesn't happen.
thought of it that way, but yeah, I mean that would be gnarly, like to experience that right now. But yeah, I never
Oh
really
yeah,
like put that into perspective of like that is what happens at the end of that movie.
dude. And they're separate production companies too, which is like a huge deal. Like the fact that they got the rights just for the glove alone is like a cinematic miracle. So just try to picture any other huge guy. Like just hypothetically, what is a huge horror franchise right now? Like a huge one.
Terrifier.
Not Terrifier. It's something else. Scream. Scream. Laura walked by and said, Scream. All right. So imagine like at
Can
the
she
end
come
of,
on the
of
podcast instead?
I would love to have her. I even asked her and she was like, no, I just got out of work. I don't want to be on camera. And I get that. I didn't mean to do your voice all bad. I'm sorry. Imagine like Ghostface, comes in and kills Art the Clown in the last 10 seconds of part four or something. It'd be ridiculous, but it'd be like impossible. That's what that was.
Yeah, it'd be wild.
It'd be wild. It'd be so stupid, but we would love it. We'd eat it up, dude.
Absolutely. But yeah, so
There's
that's
no
all
way
the
that Ghostface could kill Art
Why not?
because Art's supernatural and Ghostface is just a dork in a costume.
He's multiple dorks in a costume, stacked on top of each other, like
true.
children in a trench coat.
So
Art will rip his scalp off.
he kills Art, takes off the mask, and it's Annabelle.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what that would be like. Think about that. It's Annabelle.
I would never watch a horror movie again.
It takes place like in the Conjuring house at the end or some stupid shit, you know what I mean? We'd just be like, "What?"
I would, yeah, that would be terrible, but I would love it, I think.
I think so too.
So yeah, that's all the horror movie news for this week. But we do have a big announcement. I'm gonna let Colby take over since you're the one that made this happen. So have at it, brother.
Hey, Victor, you ready to be the three best friends that anyone can have again?
Yes.
So, I actually completely forgot that I did this, but I applied for press passes for Horror Hound weekend, right?
Okay.
Cincinnati Horror Hound weekend,
Yeah.
and I got approved. So we get to do press at Cincinnati Horror Hound, and it's fucking stacked. It's got the whole Terrifier crew again. It's got Spencer Charnas, Corey Taylor, um, fucking Jane Levy, her brother from Evil Dead 2013. So we are going to, they have a little film festival there as well. So we're gonna be able to interview whoever we want, fucking go to actual, not fan made after parties. There's actual after parties for it.
Hey, that shit
Um,
was kind of fun.
I wouldn't know. But yeah, so E and
When
I
is
are
it?
going to it is March 21st through the 23rd, I want to say.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So Ian
Nice.
and I are getting together for that. We are very excited and I've been wanting to talk about it. We haven't announced it yet, so it's cool that we're announcing it right now.
That is cool. I'm gonna crash your party for sure.
Please do.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can't wait. We you don't have to sleep on the floor. We can share a bed.
No, it's all right. I'll just fucking sleep on the floor again. It's totally fine, dude.
I'll no, I'll actually look into the suites instead, so we can have like a couch with like a pull-out bed too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll contribute now that I know that it's a thing. You know what I mean? I'll
Yeah,
I'll help
and
out.
it's I think 2 months away, so we have time to prepare and everything now.
If you can
It's
book the
only like a
honeymoon suite, that'd be great.
only if it has a vibrating bed.
Well, yeah, in the shape of a heart.
Yes, yes.
No,
Oh
the
man, I just
jacuzzi is in the shape of a heart.
that
Yeah.
whenever I think of those, I always think of Grind, the scene with Bobcat Goldthwait or
Oh
whatever.
shit. Yeah. Wow,
Fucking
dude, I haven't
incredible.
seen Grind in 20 years, bro. I haven't seen that
I
shit since it came out.
I watched it like last year.
That
I
movie's
love that movie.
awesome.
I used
Yeah.
to watch
Sweet
it
Lou.
every fucking day after school.
Dude, the soundtrack, so killer. POD, Blindside, fucking probably other good bands. Can you like like
That
we gotta
Blindside
put that one.
song,
I
what is it,
love that
Seeing
band.
Red?
No, that's
I
Seeing
think the
Red.
song
That's
was Seeing Red.
Being Red's Unwritten Law.
Oh
Unwritten
yeah, that's
Law.
the song, Unwritten Law. Blindside
Mhm.
was the other fucking yeah.
I
The
think there's
Unwritten Law
the
Seeing
song
Red song was so good.
Blindside was pitiful that was in
Yeah,
that shit.
pitiful. Pitiful.
And that record goes, dude. Silence.
Hmm.
Mm.
I have so many options for songs now for the promo.
Please, dude.
Dude, yes.
Seeing Red by Unwritten Law though, that song goes too. That's a good one.
It is.
That's
I
Watch
like a
love
him
that song.
fucking watch him choose one of the Poison songs. I'll be so mad and I won't
I'm
fucking
go.
collaborate
I'm
with
going
it.
POD, bud.
Dude, I don't mind POD. They cuss
Yo,
now.
Do they?
Yeah,
they,
they do.
Did they break Christ?
dude,
Yep,
they cuss now.
they do. It's a big deal.
Wild.
It is a big deal. I mean, you know how Blindside and POD were like friends because they're both Christian bands.
Mhm.
And Blindside is from like fucking Sweden or something, but they would always come to America and tour with POD, and they're in the music video for the ping pong one or whatever. And I thought that was the
Here
coolest
comes
thing
a
because
boom.
here comes the boom. Wait, is that the name of that one?
Yeah, or just boom. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's here
dude,
comes the
it
boomer
is.
boom.
Yeah, it's literally Blindside versus POD in ping pong, and I just thought that was the weirdest combo. But it kind of makes sense.
It's ping pong for the Lord.
Yeah, literally. Dude, this is the most niche horror podcast ever. People are not going to get these references.
Oh, they will.
No.
They're like, POD. Quick, one of you fools right now tell me what POD stands for.
Oh man, I don't remember.
That's how niche this is. We don't even know what we're talking about.
No.
Do you know what it stands for?
Uh, I do, but when I was a child, my younger brother told me it stands for pissed off dudes, and I was like, no, it doesn't, dude. There's no way. And then, and then later on in life, I had come to find that it was payable on death, which is a much harder name.
That's pretty cool. I
That's
prefer pissed off
very cool.
dudes.
I prefer pissed on dudes.
Pissed off dudes.
Well, with
Next.
all that being said,
I have something before we start.
oh, okay.
I'm a movie star now.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, the
I
Willowbrook
meant to do that.
tapes.
Yeah, I meant to put that in the notes and I forgot. So yeah, please tell us all about it.
Dude,
Regale us.
it was an awesome experience. The two makeup effects artists I worked with, one is uh her name is Beatrice Snipe, and then Nick of the Living Dead. So go follow them. Nick of the Living Dead did work on Terrifier 3. I think Beatrice did work on Terrifier, but if not, I know that she's done a shitload of movies. She just got done doing Hell House Lineage. She did the last scene, the movie theater scene in Stream because Damien wasn't available for that scene. So that was Beatrice who did that scene. But she's done a ton of shit. She's extremely talented. Since I'm right here, here is my tongue and my nipple that got cut off in the movie. But no, it was
Spoiler
just
alert, dude.
it was an extremely fun experience. And dude, Michael Costa, the director of Willowbrook Tapes, man, he's definitely doing something special. I'm excited for everyone to see this.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the movie, but I can't wait to see that scene because seeing the aftermath is like I wasn't expecting it to go that fucking hard. Like
It's
that's gonna be wild.
it's fucking gory.
It's yeah, I think gory is an understatement.
No, dude, it was so fun, man. It was fun hanging out in New York too. I went and saw Presents with shout out to the horror junkies with Mike. Shout out to Shuttle the Pod. I went and saw the movie with Brian as well. So it was just a fun time out there, man. I had lunch with Michael Levy. I hung out with Michael for a whole afternoon. He gave me some Terrifier 4 insights and some other stuff. So no, it was just awesome.
Hell yeah. You're a
Sounds like a
star.
great time. I know you're a star, kid. Damn. I'm definitely jealous, bro. It sounds like you had a nice time. I'm happy that you did, and I'm much like Ian. I'm very excited to see it. So the pictures you posted were sick. I'm fucking
Dude,
stoked.
What did we watch this week?
what'd you watch, Victor?
Um, well, I saw Companion on Monday. Um, I thought that was pretty good. Laura thought it was pretty good. Um, this whole week has been kind of a blur with work and life. The week prior, though, we saw Blue Velvet in the theater, David Lynch. Great time, great movie. Don't see it when you're high because it'll just fuck you up so hard. And like I've seen the movie before, but like I was like my friend goes, "You want a gummy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And then I just became increasingly more upset during this movie that we'd both seen already. And yeah, two great movies this past 2 weeks, but that's about all I've caught up on, I think. What about you guys?
What'd you watch, Colby?
Um, I saw Presents in New York. Like I said a second ago, loved it. Very different. Don't watch the trailer because the trailer is extremely misleading. I watched Dogman today. Dogman fucking rips. I got a for people viewing, I got the Dogman popcorn bucket, which is honestly just a dog bowl.
I'm sure a very
But
expensive dog bowl.
yeah, it was like a $25 dog bowl. I watched Nothing Bad Can Happen. That was a fucking emotional movie.
I like
This
that movie.
morning I yeah, it's really good. Uh, this morning I watched one called Mobius. Have you seen that, Victor, from like 2013?
No, but I saw you post about it, and I'm very, very intrigued. I remember saving your post because I was like, "Yo,
Oh.
I have to check this." It's like no dialogue, you said, right?
Actually, Chuck is the one that reviewed it and invited me to collaborate. And
Okay,
then I watched his reel and I was like, I need to see this shit. I
that's
watched
what
it
it
this
was.
morning. Mhm.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
not what I expected. It's fucking wild, but it's good. It's really good.
Does it live up to the standard of depravity that Chuck said it did? Because he was like really hyping that movie up.
I wanted to turn it off a few times,
Mm. All right, cool.
but
I'll check it out.
it it's not like fucked up in like a sense of fucked up movies we usually watch. It's like
Mm.
fucked up to a point where I was like so uncomfortable and embarrassed that I wanted to turn it off. That's how fucking
Embarrassed.
weird it made me feel. Like, yeah, like I was like, I don't know. I felt embarrassment watching the movie because it was so fucking uncomfortable.
I'm
And you'll
excited.
know as soon as you when you watch it, you'll know. It's so fucking it's weird. But it's a fucking masterpiece. It was fucking good. And
I'm gonna
then
see it.
I've honestly been reading and listening to audiobooks more than anything this past week.
Oh yeah.
But
Good for you.
I mean, they're not. I mean, they're more like splatterpunk books, so I'm not getting any benefit out of reading them, but they're fun reads.
No, good for you. I mean, like even if it's just even if it's just fiction or just a novel or whatever, it's still it's good to absorb different forms of media, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
But
cool.
yeah, I feel like I've been having like a sensory overload lately. Like I just haven't been like wanting to watch anything.
I go through those spells as well, for sure.
All right, Mr. VanGhoul, what did you watch?
Well,
Yeah.
an assortment of things. So we've been we've been having lives lately, pretty much every night with our buddy Dakota, DMB Reviews, and
Shout out.
shout out. And lately, we've used that time to watch fucked up movies while being in live. So I guess it was last week, watched Doll Syndrome, and that's a whole experience. I've never seen such I don't even know how to say it, such explicit acts in a non-adult film.
I forgot to say I watched that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of dicks in it.
Victor, have you seen Dow Syndrome?
I've not. I've seen one of
Oh,
y'all's posts about it,
you need to watch Dow Syndrome. It's a Victor
and
Gabriel movie.
don't say that.
It's like
No,
it's a
it's
you movie.
And it's gonna be just like fucked up, and I'm gonna be like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I like this movie, and then I'm gonna be sad about it. So don't
I feel
say
like you're
that.
gonna love it.
no,
You're
it's all
gonna
good.
love it.
Yeah, it's like
It-
it's a very out like it's not it's a very extreme, but not in like a gory way, just in like a content way.
There's
Um,
definitely good gore though.
oh yeah, yeah. Like it becomes like extreme gore kind of towards the end, but like it's I don't know, it's just the whole experience. Like I mean, I really like I like it. I think it's a good movie.
yeah.
So if it makes you feel better, if you
I
like
was
it,
totally
I'm
kidding.
right there with you.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
like it.
it's a whole it's a very like artsy. I don't know. There's nothing really that I've seen that's like it. So it's
What
unique.
year? What year did it get released?
2014, I think.
2014.
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
Isn't it crazy how much shit is out there that we won't hear about until 10 years later?
Hmm.
That's all I can say. Wild. There's so much
Yeah,
shit out there.
yeah. And that's like my like 2000 to 2020, like that 20-year gap is like where the majority of my viewing experience comes from. And
Mhm.
there's still shit that I like discover that I've never heard of.
Never heard of.
Yeah,
Ever.
it's wild.
It's crazy. Thank
So
you,
yeah,
Tubi.
yeah, right. So yeah, in addition to Doll Syndrome, I watched Skin Deep, which as
Love
soon as
that
you
movie.
commented on that, I was like, yeah, that's a Victor movie right there.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's wild. Colby, you still need to watch that, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a whole experience. There's
I feel like DMB when I'm talking about movies with you guys. I haven't seen it.
Four movies I haven't seen in a row.
But no, yeah, Skin Deep is just like it's just a clusterfuck of insanity. You'll feel like you're fucked up while watching it while not being fucked up. If you watch it fucked up, I can just imagine what that's like. But yeah, it's a fun time though. It's a wild fucking movie. Today I watched Dark Match that finally came out on Shudder. Fucking
What'd you
loved it.
think?
I loved it.
Yes.
Dude, it was like pro wrestling meets Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
And I loved it. So yeah, that was dope. And then I checked out the ultimate cut of Tahoe Joe, which is now on Found TV. So it's Tahoe 1 and 2 kind of spliced together. So it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes, but it's like the way that it's all put together, it flows
Mhm.
really well. So it was a pretty easy watch as far as time goes. And I really dug it. Obviously, like I love cryptids and Bigfoot and big feet and all that fun shit. So I was all about it. Um, Obviously we've talked about Tahoe Joe, or you have Colby. Um, the director Dylan Brown, he made a movie recently called The Summer We Died,
Mhm.
and I
Thanks,
know
movie.
you had he had reached out to you a while ago, and he reached out to me recently, so I checked it out. I loved it. It's like a skate video, um, like skate video slasher, really. Like it feels like one of the old skate videos I used to watch growing up. But it was really gnarly. So we started talking, and he had said about Tahoe Joe 3 and how you were going out to be in the movie. So I was like, said how stoked you are to be in it. I was like, if you need another Bigfoot victim, just let me know. And so he hit me back up and was like, well, just come out with Colby. So that's our other announcement is that as a duo, we are going to go out and get killed by Bigfoot in Tahoe Joe 3.
Fuck yeah,
I'm so jealous of you guys.
dude. It's gonna be a fun and wild year, man. There's a lot planned. I can't wait for March with Victor and Ian. That shit's gonna be fucking amazing. But yeah, at the end of the summer, Ian and I will be going to Reno to film Tahoe Joe 3.
Woot woot.
I can't wait.
Dude, it's going to be so fun. But yeah, I guess with all that being said, we'll get right into the horror hot takes.
And now, our feature presentation.
Three Doors Down fucking sucks.
Not a hot take.
Or horror.
Remember when you used to make hot take videos and they weren't hot takes? Colby's cold takes.
Everyone's like, yeah, we know.
Colby's lukewarm takes.
Could have called it Colby's Cold Cuts.
Damn.
It's never too late.
What?
All right. Well, Victor, do you have any hot takes? Did you come up with any?
I want to start where you guys are like you got to give me something or like give me an idea of what a hot take is or how we're going to go about this. I don't know if there's a list. I don't know if there's anything. Like just say what's on your mind and then I'll rap about it after the fact and I'll come up with my own. You know what I mean? I have things in my head.
Ian's favorite hot take of mine is Pet Cemetery 2 over Pet Cemetery.
Damn it. We're starting hot. Right off
And
the
me and
bat.
Victor both agree on that one.
I kind of agree. I do. And like I grew up with part one first, and I think actually I was gonna say it's a scarier movie, but part two is pretty fucking scary, dude, with Mr. Krabs as the sheriff, like Clancy.
Oh, he's so
I think.
fucked up. Yeah, Clancy
Oh,
Brown.
dude, he's Clancy Brown. He is terrifying in that movie, dude. That movie is kind of scary. It's like I bet if I watched it right now, I'd be like, this is gross.
I still
You know?
think Zelda is the scariest out of any fucking character in any movie.
Oh no, that's true.
But yes, Clancy Brown's fucking Sheriff Gus. He's fucking
Yeah.
he's fucked, man. He's depraved.
Depraved. And like Zelda is scary, but like I feel like she's underutilized in that movie, probably just enough. Like it's probably the perfect, like tasteful amount. But
Yes.
as a kid growing up, my bloodlust was so like insatiable that I think as soon as I saw part two, I was like, this is my one. This is like it just stuck with me more. It hit me at the right time. And they're both great movies. They're honestly like it's kind of a weird shame where we are right now in the realm of Pet Cemetery because the last two like really fucking were not my jam at all. But the first two are such iconic movies that probably could have gotten a part three and four and five and maybe have been like really a cool franchise. And now I just feel like it's dead in the water in my opinion. But two just always stuck with me.
Dude, personally, I thought Bloodlines was better than the remake. I didn't
It's
mind
better than the
Bloodlines.
remake. Yeah.
I didn't mind Bloodlines.
I don't
hated
mind it,
both
but
of them.
does it stick like does it hold a candle to part one or two? Like even
No,
close?
not even close. Not even
No.
close.
Right. And these movies are like 30 years older. Like we should have learned something by now. Like we shouldn't be regressing. You feel me?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. But like I still think that the dirt bike scene with Gus
Oh.
and the Scarf Kid, that's
It's
top
so
10
scary.
kills of all time.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's fucking dude. I think that kid, I think that one of my first crushes was that kid's mom too. I don't know why. Like she's not like a drop
I
dead like
do.
gorgeous bombshell or anything, but like I don't know. That was like one of my first big crushes.
I get
I
it.
can see it, and probably I might even agree, but I'd have to see it again. Now
Not
I'm scared. Like I
not
can
not fucking Edward
Edward Furlong.
Furlong's mom, the other mom.
Oh, okay. Because that's who I
Yeah.
was picturing.
Okay, yeah,
Other mom.
yeah, yeah. I'm talking about the other mom. She's just like a basic looking mom, but she's hot as fuck.
Oh my God. Hot take.
Yeah. I do love Pet Cemetery too, but it doesn't go above the first one for me. That first one
Well,
just
that's a hot
hits.
take
Is it? Is that a hot take?
in this community, in this group.
Yeah, in this community, you're you're the minority.
I
Yeah.
guess. I'm fine with it. But
It should
funny
be like
enough,
a vote thing. Like we should vote on them, and then whoever has the shittier take is the hot take of the three.
I mean, we can do
Like
that.
you'd be out
Yeah,
because
I guess I'm out
hot
on
take.
this one. But
Mhm.
funny enough though, uh like when I first saw Pet Cemetery when I was a kid, it wasn't Zelda that freaked me out. It was fucking Pascal. And he's like
Oh
the good
yeah.
guy. But like seeing his fucking gnarly ass fucking makeup and shit, yeah.
Yep.
I had nightmares. But I love that movie.
Oh, oh, it's so good.
Better
Who's
than
got
two.
another one better than two?
Why don't we why don't we talk about your Jason Goes to Hell? Because that's a
We already
very
did that.
hated movie.
I don't get why. I don't get it.
I
I don't get
I'm
it.
with
I'll
you
never
though.
understand.
I It's because Jason's barely in any of it.
So
But
it's a good movie.
I think it goes the hardest on like the gore.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's gorier than fucking Jason X and the remake.
it is. And I was gonna. I guess I can couple this. How about this? The '90s is one of my probably my top favorite era of horror movies of all time. You know, people look to the '70s, they look to the '80s, they look to the early 2000s, but I feel like the '90s is like grossly overlooked. And considering that fact, Jason Goes to Hell being like a quintessential '90s horror movie is also one that is so overlooked it baffles the mind. It's almost like Halloween 3, where it's like there's no Michael Myers, but it's a good fucking movie, and it shouldn't matter whether or not your guy is in it or not. It's like it should stand alone. The movie is crazy, and the intro's hard. Fucking it's like you said, the gore effects are hard. Kane Hodder's in it for like a split second. Like the storyline is crazy, and it was like a real breath of fresh air to me for Friday the 13th movies. So
Mhm.
I think it stands alone. It's good.
Every single thing you just said about Jason Goes to Hell, that's how I feel about Halloween Ends.
Mm. I liked it. That was my favorite of the three. We talked about this. Like that
Yep.
is a hot take that I agree with you on. Like I think the majority, it's like the most hated of the three. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't get that. I think it kind of turned the thing on its head, and it's a spiritual remake of the original three Halloween movies, and that's why there is less Michael Myers in it because part three didn't have Michael Myers in it, and it's brilliant for that fact.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Halloween Ends, we've talked about 100 fucking times. But yeah, going back to Jason X, I think, or Goes to Hell, it's just, dude, like I said, it goes the hardest. I think it has very creative kills. And then that ending, like, I don't think, like, how we talked about that before we fucking started recording, right? Or were we recording?
Are we recording?
Yeah, I went off on a
Oh,
rant
yeah, yeah,
about
we were.
how
Yeah, yeah, we were.
Terrifier Man should be mixed with some
Terrifier
other
Man.
man.
Terrifier.
Terrifier
There's
Man.
a hot take. Terrifier, man.
That's his name. Terrifier Clown.
Oh, man. And,
So good.
also, fucking, which is it Jason X that also has the Necronomicon in it too? Or Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah.
So there's two big things in Jason Goes to Hell.
Hmm. The Necronomicon, is it because the fucking bounty hunter guy comes in? Doesn't he have it? Where does that come into
It's
play?
like
I'm not remembering it.
sitting on a
Mhm.
dresser or something.
Oh, okay. It's
Like
like
in
one
the
of the it's like
house.
a quick thing.
And
I hate that one though.
that's the big thing that created the argument that Jason's a Deadite.
which
Oh,
I would
right,
never
right, right,
agree to
right.
that ever.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it makes sense.
no, it doesn't. Hot
It
take.
doesn't, because
You're wrong.
Deadites are very vocal, and Jason is not at all.
Okay, I was just kidding. You're right. You're right.
And that is the main reason why I would never agree
Damn it.
to that concept.
Maybe Jason's just a mute.
Nope.
Well, in the first one, he
Maybe.
does seem to have some sort of deformity, so maybe the Deadite sort of like possesses him, much like they possess a person in throughout the Evil Dead. It possessed a boy with mental and physical disabilities, so he is mute.
Yeah, he's a disabled man, so that's why he can't
Boom,
talk.
Ian. Ian's wrong. Hot take. I'm back on Colby's side.
That's just like your
And
opinion, man.
and how did Jason die? He drowned, right?
Yep.
He,
Allegedly.
his lungs are probably filled with water, so he can't talk as well as being
It's
handicapped.
making more and more sense, dude. You should write horror movies.
Oh, me?
It's cheap. Yeah, you.
I can be a writer for
You're,
you.
you're connecting all these dots that I've never seen.
His lungs are
Uh,
And
filled with water, so he can't speak.
Hey,
dude,
2026, the collaboration of Colby Does Horror and Victor Gabriel. Colby
yeah,
does writing and Victor does directing. Movie coming 2026.
dude, you could write. We're not planning anything because I still haven't finished planning Hellmare. But my brother and I are like, we should do a sequel, and it'll be called Hellmare 2, the sequel. And that like it's you should write it. Just write Hellmare 2.
Okay.
I'm here for that.
Okay.
My lungs were full of water. I couldn't talk.
He's a deadite. He's a fucking deadite.
I was mid hit on my vape.
Dude, this is so silly. I love this conversation. Being recorded.
All right, Ian, what is your biggest hot take?
I don't know if I have a biggest
Mm.
one. My one that I thought of is I think that Friday the 13th is the one franchise that gets better with each sequel. Because typically, especially like a long running franchise, they progressively get worse. And I think Friday the 13th gets better as they go along.
I agree with that because I don't like Friday the 13th until part 5. And the only one I don't like after that is Jason versus Carrie. Whatever one, that New Blood or whatever.
Jason
I
versus
hate
Carrie.
I fucking hate New Blood.
You know what I will say about the supernatural aspect that they bring into the Friday the 13th series, and not to keep harping on Terrifier, but it is like the biggest thing out right now. Isn't it strange how people kind of complain about like part two, the supernatural aspect of it, when it's literally paying homage to all of our favorite things from the 80s and 90s by
Yeah.
doing that? It's Friday the 13th and it's Child's Play and it's fucking, it's just the bad guy never dies. It's Halloween. And then, oh yeah, but all that weird like sword and sorcery shit, which is better in part three than it was in two to me, but it still serves its purpose. And I thought it was awesome. And then people like, I don't know, people love to complain about shit in movies, in good movies, and it confuses me.
That's what it comes down to is people like to complain.
People
I
just like
think
to
so.
hate.
Yeah. The only reason you should really complain about something is if it's absolutely 1000% devoid of any artistic merit whatsoever. And if it's not, then it's just not for you. It's not something to complain about, I don't think. Whatever. Hot take.
No, no, I actually really like that take about the artistic merit. I really like that how you said that actually.
I don't remember what I said, but thank you. Like I think that's I yeah, I kind of do. But I mean, think about it. I think we love to have something to kind of like, I didn't like that. We should always be like looking at something constructively and the things that we did like about a movie or a song or a book or whatever. We should always be thinking about what's good about it and not what's bad about it. I think it says a lot about the person that's kind of reviewing it, you know. We should it's much akin to an allegory of life. If you see the negative in your everyday life, you're just going to be focused on that all the time. And if you see the positives, you're always looking on the bright side of things. You can kind of understand where someone's coming from artistically. And I think since cinema is a language of sorts, it's kind of like someone's trying to talk to you and you should see the positives in it and not like shit on it. Like whether or not it's not for you, if someone did it with their heart, it should kind of be something everyone considers when they're watching it. And I probably
Absolutely.
made what I said earlier sound so much dumber now, but
Um, I think this is kind of a bold take. I don't know if it's hot or not, but I think that Terrifier is the most important like modern indie horror movie
Next
ever.
to Blood Gorge. Yeah.
just because of what it has done for indie horror. It sucks that it set a bar so fucking high,
Mm.
but what it has done for indie horror, I mean, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, yeah. I agree 1,000%. And it's evident and I know you guys have both seen this, but Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, like without Terrifier 2, we would not have that movie the way it was. And like the Pooh
Mm-mm.
movies were like good, but I think once Terrifier 2 came out, everybody was like it kind of set the bar for what independent horror should be. Like it gave us all an allowance to be like, here you go, kid. Like it opened a gate like the floodgates, you know what I mean? It's a different type of grisly, explicit violence that we wouldn't get in a movie like Peter Pan if we didn't get it 2 years prior with Terrifier 2. And speaking of that movie, it's also spawned like direct ripoffs. Have you seen the movie Diced?
Yep.
It's on Tubi, and it's 1 hour long, and it's about a killer scarecrow who literally has Art the Clown's fucking face, and it's uh, almost a shot for shot rip of Terrifier. It's
Mhm.
crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how they got away with this. And to me, that is a movie that is they executed it fine, but it is a
Mhm.
movie that is like devoid of most artistic merit since it just lifted everything off of somebody else's paper. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed watching it, but at the end of it, I was kind of sickened and I was just confused because we shouldn't be able to do that. We shouldn't like I love what Terrifier has done for the independent community, but it's also spawned these sort of fakes that kind of just want to come in and be like, "Oh, I can make money doing this." And that to me is where the artistic fucking framework just goes out the window.
I feel like that's nothing new though, honestly. Like
It's not.
yeah, I mean there's been movies that have ripped off, like just straight up ripped off other popular movies for as long as I can remember. There's a whole
Do you have
production
any
company about it.
Oh, wait, which?
Asylum.
Asylum. I love Asylum pictures, dude. But yeah, those are absolute rip-offs, you're right.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
Like I love them
I'm
too, but
I'm lost here. What movies have they done?
oh my God. I have to bring them up. It's literally, hold on. I'll bring it up because you'll get a kick out of it.
they do a thing called mockbusters and they've ripped off like so they started making their own horror movies back in the day and some of them are kind of cool but then they started ripping off other popular movies and like they do what's the one Transformer movie they did because they have the Bumblebee robot and as soon as that came out they did like the Hornet, you know, and it was like a direct rip off. Their
Are they
movies
doing
like
it
that
to are they doing it to be like be funny or are they just
sort
trying to
of but
profit?
both they
Yeah, a
think
little
I think
both.
it's like a marketing ploy where they think people are dumb enough to be like, oh, that's that new robot movie, and buy it at Walmart for $10, and they will. And so I think that's their game plan now. But 20 years ago, Asylum Pictures was making independent horror movies, and some of them were kind of cool.
Yeah, and
You
it's
got
not just horror. Like they do all different genres.
oh yeah,
So yeah, just to give you a like idea. So last year they came out with Meth Gator, Road Wars, Max
Oh,
Fury,
okay. Okay.
Max Fury.
um, Top Gunner, America versus Russia,
Stop.
The Exorcists.
Is that the one Doug Bradley?
I don't. It doesn't give a cast on it. I'm just on Wikipedia. I'm
Duh.
trying to find a good one. Jurassic Domination, Titanic 666.
Keep them coming.
Um, so 2021 was Planet Dune.
I was gonna say that one. Fuck.
I've never seen any of the Dune movies.
Neither have I,
Oh, that's
honestly.
crazy. That's crazy. Not even the original one.
I've
Mm-mm.
seen bits and pieces of it, but
Hot takes.
Battle Star Wars,
Battle Star Wars.
um, American
The clever one.
Psychos,
God damn
um,
it.
American what?
American Psychos,
Mm.
Alien Predator. Uh, they also do the Sharknado movies, so there's that as well. And
Love those movies.
the like number headed shark attack. So like there's two-headed shark attack, there's three-headed shark attack, goes on and on. The Fast and the Fierce, banger.
Hot take.
So 2016. So it's always like when it's like a big hit that comes out, they always like throw one into production real quick. So like 2016 was Suicide Squad. So there's his Sinister Squad.
Hot take. Actually, no, this is a lukewarm cold take. Colby's cold cut take. The Fast and the Furious is the worst franchise in history ever made.
I mean, it's all about
I could
family.
I could see that, and I agree with this cold cut. I'm not a fan. When I was a kid, I thought that the first one was really sick, and
Mm.
then I turned 13 and was like, "These are like this is so fucking stupid."
And then I grew up.
Yeah.
The
And then I
only
grew up
one
a
that
little.
the only one that I like and will still watch is Tokyo Drift.
That's part two, right?
Part part three.
Part three, yeah. Part two
Is
is
that
Too
part three?
Fast, Too Furious.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
The Transformer movies you were talking about,
Mm.
Transmorphers.
Transmorphers, but isn't there like a single one where they like I think because they did the Bumblebee movie and I thought they did a Hornet or something movie. Maybe I'm
They
tripping.
probably I might have skipped over it. There's a lot to go through here.
Oh yeah. They also
Yeah,
used to do
probably.
like really their marketing on all their horror movie DVDs like in the early 2000s was just so stupid. It was like unrated director's cut, even though it's the only cut, and they would do like extreme violence and gore, and there'd be like no gore, and it was literally just anything to sell you a movie, you know. And sometimes I think a cool marketing scheme is fucking fun, that's neat, but at the same time, I also don't want to be totally fucking ripped off, you know.
I just thought of another hot take.
Do it.
So The Shining. The Shining is my favorite movie of all time.
Good.
But I think Doctor Sleep is a better movie.
That's not so
I
hot.
can't I can't argue with this because like I've never fully seen it. I've tried to watch Doctor Sleep twice and I've Doctor fallen asleep twice. It's like I
Dude,
literally have not gotten it's a
it's so
like
fucking good.
I hear it's good and I've heard people say that, but I just am not like they suck out the kid's soul, like, you know, and that's where I get to every single like both times and I've just never finished it. I gotta
The
watch it. I'm
final,
gonna watch
dude,
it.
the final act is insanely good.
Mm.
And that's Jacob Tremblay, that little kid, the baseball kid. That's the one who's in Toxic Avenger.
That's right.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah,
where I knew that name.
Doctor Sleep has no right to be that fucking good
No,
at all.
it's just like the dialogue, the writing, the cinematography, the acting. It's an amazing movie. Like The Shining is still my favorite movie, but Doctor Sleep is arguably a better movie than The Shining.
Very intriguing. Those sound hot, but you might be right. You know, I have to see it first before I can give you my proper response, but I respect your decision to say that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna jump into some Halloween hot takes quick that aren't Halloween ends or kills or any of those. So I think Season of the Witch is the best Halloween sequel as far as like the normal timeline or normal
Mhm.
sequels, quote unquote. I love that movie. It fucking rips. And Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is far superior to any of the original sequels. That's my hot take.
Those are hot. Those are hot. How
I
do you
just
feel
burned
about them both?
myself.
I know.
Um, I I can't really argue that as well.
I can. I think three is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I can't argue against that. But if we're talking about like within the lore of Michael Myers, it and the original series, it's definitely part six, man. Curse of Michael Myers. And I also would say that Curse of Michael Myers is better than Rob Zombie's part two, bro. I think those are on the bottom rung for me, bro. I don't care. Like I like Rob Zombie, but like I don't know. I just those movies did not resonate with me at all. I feel like he was just on a high from Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses and was like, I'm gonna just fuck up everyone's world, and it kind of just wasn't for me. I It's not to say that they weren't cool movies. It's just it didn't resonate with me. I don't know. Like the reboot was so drastically so out there that it just took me out of the framework of the whole Halloween. Like for the most part, it's just like the mask that we're attributing to Halloween at this point. If you changed up the mask, it could have been anybody. It could have been anything. It could You could have called it something else, and it would have been a better movie. Just like people thought with Halloween 3, oh, if they didn't call it Halloween 3, it would have been a better movie. It's like that's kind of how I feel. I think that take is stupid, but that's how I feel about Rob Zombies too. My take.
That's fine.
Hmm.
Um,
Better be.
it better be. No, like I love Rob Zombie's movies. I loved his first Halloween movie. The more I watched it, it doesn't quite hold up as much. So my opinion on it has changed a bit over the years. But I think Halloween 2, there's one aspect of his Halloween 2 that I don't like, and it's the whole white horse thing. And like
Hmm.
they recast young Michael and brought Sherry back. I love Sherry Moon Zombie, but I don't think she needed to be back in that movie. But if you take that, like those scenes out, that movie is fucking amazing and like damn near perfect. Like it's just fucking brutal. It's the most like realistic like version of like PTSD in Lori that we've ever gotten in any of the Halloween franchise. And it just goes fucking hard. So
Victor,
that's my argument.
did you hear that Rob Zombie is remaking Jaws?
No way, I did not. Is that real?
Sherry Moon's playing the shark.
Dun 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 dun.
Don't make me look like a fool on your podcast, dude. Don't do this.
It's like an on-running joke within shout out to R. Lee from Horror Talk.
Hmm.
But yeah. I mean, would you be surprised though if he made that happen?
Yes, I would if he made his wife a giant shark. Yeah, I would be a little
I
surprised.
wouldn't. I
I
wouldn't.
would love it. Like a little paper mache fin.
Arr,
I would watch it.
Arf,
arr,
arf,
arr.
motherfucker.
And like she'll have like the paper mache like out of the water, and then also like some cut off jeans with her ass hanging out too.
Hmm.
So you know she's coming.
I'm sold.
I I told you I would watch it. You don't have to keep making it awesome.
I hate Sherry Moon.
Dude, you know what? I like her. I mean I like everyone, bro. I'm an easygoing guy. I like everybody. But um have you seen all of Rob Zombie's movies? Have you seen not 31, Three from Hell?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could not stand her performance in Three from Hell. Like, because you know how she does like the crazy baby thing and like Devil's Rejects. It's like it fits. It's so tonally perfect, and that and House of a Thousand Corpses, but her doing it times 10 and 31 just or I'm sorry, Three from Hell, I just I couldn't take it. I don't know. Saw it in the theater when it first came out and I was just bewildered, I think, by the performance in that movie. I just thought it was so obnoxious. I couldn't stand it.
You know what I think her best movie is?
Lords of
Lords of
Salem.
Salem. I love Lords of Salem. I think that's his most underrated movie.
Absolutely.
It is his most underrated. Nobody only for the fact that nobody really talks about it.
Hmm.
I think it's all the other movies. Like you probably hear people talking about Monsters more than you talk about that movie for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
for real. I actually liked Monsters.
Same.
Eh,
Dude, the set designs in that movie were some of the
I
best I've ever
mean,
seen.
yeah, they're crazy.
And Daniel
But
Roebuck, come on.
right. I forgot about that.
No, I didn't mind Monsters at all. But yeah, I think Lords of Salem is I can't it's hard to put between Lords of Salem and House of a Thousand Corpses my favorite one because those are my two favorite Rob Zombie films.
I see it. I think it's House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects for me.
Hmm.
But
I mean I love
Salem,
Devil's Rejects.
mhm. I'm the same way, but I would put my Lords of Salem in the Devil's Rejects spot. But
Mhm.
those are my three favorite.
I think we're all
How
in
about
agreement
you?
on that.
Oh, okay, all right. Even over Halloween 2, Colby?
Yeah.
Hmm. And what about you, Ian?
Yeah, there's like I love the Firefly trilogy. I love all three of them.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
obviously House and Devil's Rejects are the superior ones. So those two, and then Lords of Salem. Like Lords of Salem's my favorite outside of the Firefly stuff.
Even over Halloween 2, even though was it
Hmm.
you that just said Halloween 2 was
Hmm.
like a near perfect film?
If it didn't have the White Horse stuff, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's talking in the Halloween franchise or the Halloween
Okay,
set
all
of
right.
films. Outside of that,
Fair enough.
Um fuck, I had one fucking locked and cocked and fucking ready to go too. Um I think that The Predator is the third best movie in the franchise.
That's such a weird, obscure take on anything. Like the way you worded that was like calculus. Like, why would anybody even like focus on that? The Predator is the third best movie in the franchise. Like, I couldn't even tell you how many are in the franchise, and I've seen them all.
That's the one that everybody hates the most.
Yeah, but third best, that's like, oh, I'd put it in somewhere in the middle, then at the end. That's just such a bad.
Well,
Come up with a good hot take.
for
That's a Colby's cold cut.
My Predator ranking, it goes Predator 2, Predator, The Predator.
And then what? Alien versus Predator.
Alien versus Predator is going dead fucking last.
Dead last. I
Alien
remember
versus
kind of.
Predator, Requiem is better than Alien versus Predator.
All
You just
right.
can't see a fucking thing in the movie.
yeah, it's so bad.
But it goes fucking hard, dude.
It does go hard, but yeah, you can't see it.
Which one was
How
the
is Prey
Predator?
not in the top
I
three?
was gonna say I've still not seen Prey, but
I like
Prey
Prey.
fucking rips.
I like Prey a
I
lot,
heard
but
I
it's
heard
not
it
my
was
top
good.
three. Wait,
Wow.
wait, what were you gonna ask? Which is the Predator?
Yeah, which one is that?
That's the one with the. It's funny because Jacob Tremblay's in that one as well. He plays
Whoa,
like
this
an
kid's a
autist.
star.
He plays an autistic kid, and the depiction of autism in that movie is, I'd say, offensive. It's really fucking bad. But it's the one with like the mecha predator that kills like the one predator, and it has like Keegan Michael Key
Oh,
in it, and all the
yeah,
veterans on the bus.
Thomas
that's the one I
Jane.
thought it was. Yeah.
Love it. Love that
No,
movie.
that one's pretty good.
I
And
think it's
then, so
fucking
what?
hilarious.
You didn't like Predators?
Uh, Predat Predators is pretty close with Prey. I don't know if I want to put Predators or Prey as number four, but I really like both of those movies too.
I liked that one a lot. I saw that one in the theater too, and there's that one scene with oh my God, who was it, bro?
Adrian
Danny
Brody.
Trejo, Adrian
It was Danny
Brody.
Trejo. I was having the craziest brain fart of all time just now. I was like, how am I not remembering Danny Trejo's name? And I said it, and I just couldn't get it out. Um, that one scene where it's like the predator mimics his voice,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
really creeped me the fuck out, dude. And
When
like I
he's
guess he
sitting there
cuts
like
him
on
in
his
half.
knees, slumped
Yeah,
over.
oh yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. And I was just like I was like this watching that movie because like for that scene alone, I just remember kind of liking it as a whole.
I love that movie.
Thought it was pretty cool.
That's a
Yeah,
that's a stacked fucking cast too, man.
it
Walton
is.
Goggins is in that movie.
Hmm.
Oh
And
yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, I forgot
Oh
about Lawrence
yeah.
Fishburne. Fucking
Oh my
Topher
God.
Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace.
Dude, Oleg Taktarov is in that movie.
Yeah, that shit
Fucking
goes hard.
dude, Predator
Pretty wild.
Pre Predators does rip.
I love I love that it takes you three times each time to say that.
I can't say it. Yeah, Predators is number four, then Prey is number five.
Wow.
But number
How
one
are
will
there?
always be Predator 2.
Mm,
Concrete Jungle.
What were you
wow.
gonna say, Victor?
I can't believe there's like seven of those now.
Hmm.
Isn't it kind of weird like how certain franchises only stop at like two or three and then some just keep going? I feel like Predator is a movie that really like it's a hot take. I really don't feel like there should be seven Predator movies. Let's just say that. Um I feel
I
like
just wish Alien versus Predator never existed.
I didn't really like those either, but
I just wish
and I'm a
that
Pred
they had better lighting for Requiem.
That's a hot take
I love Requiem.
for a dream
I just watched that movie a couple weeks ago.
for the first time.
No, 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 not for the
Oh,
first
okay.
time. I was a fucked up teenager and watched that movie quite a few times as a teenager, like in junior
Love that
high.
movie.
In junior high, oh my God, I watched it when I was I think I was going on 16 and I don't think I've ever seen it since because it really fucked up my fragile 16-year-old mind. I was it really made me sad. It just like really actually just bummed me
Hmm.
out and I was
Dude,
like
you know how
I don't want
much
to watch
money schools would save if they got rid of Dare and just showed fucking teenagers Requiem for a Dream? Like, don't
it.
do
Yeah.
drugs. This is what's gonna happen.
So much more effective.
It fucking traumatized kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And
so will dare officers because I remember when I was a kid, one of the dare officers that would come into my middle school actually got busted for misconduct with the students, you know? So yeah, let's just show them all Requiem for a Dream instead. Please.
god damn,
Yeah, crazy
little
life.
fucked up. Um, since we were talking about Predator, I mean, I'll say it. I fucking I think that Alien Romulus is the worst Alien movie.
I don't know if that's a hot take, but I don't know if I agree personally.
And I don't like judge you if you loved Alien Romulus. Like it just wasn't for me. Like I I didn't like it my first watch and I gave it another rewatch. I had the right mindset. I was like, I'm going to go in and find things I really like about this movie. And I watched it again and
Mhm.
I hated it even more.
It's a very it's I liked it in the theater. I didn't love it though, certainly. I kind of felt like I
Like
was being pandered to.
the sound design, the imagery, the cinematography were all fantastic.
Mhm.
But it was just a really long, just member berries movie.
A what movie?
Member
Member?
member berries
Member?
from South Park.
What are you
Man,
saying? What were
the
Member?
member berries from South Park.
Remember?
member berries?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you watch South Park?
Yeah, but I don't remember this episode,
Member?
What? It's like a pivotal South Park episode.
bruh.
Remember
Pepperidge
when
Farm remembers.
Chewbacca did that?
Remember?
Yeah, I don't. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't
I do,
remember.
I do, I do agree on the member berries though for Romulus. I enjoyed it, but it does get pretty fan servicey. But I won't say it's the
Mhm.
worst when Alien Covenant exists.
Love Covenant.
I did not like Covenant at all. I think my favorite is Prometheus of the newer
Prometheus.
wave.
Prometheus is my number 3 in the franchise.
Yeah, it deserves that spot
I
for
like
sure.
Prometheus as a movie, but I hate it as a prequel.
I mean, I do think that Ridley Scott fucked the timeline up a little bit with Prometheus and Alien Covenant,
A lot of it.
but I do enjoy those movies.
Do you think so? I feel like Ridley Scott is a person that sits down and thinks about these things. And in fact, I heard a thing today about how he was talking to a person he was going to have write with him on his team because it's not just Ridley Scott. So
Mhm.
he to bring him in, they had like multiple meetings about writing it wasn't one of the Alien movies, but it was something fuck. I just listened to it. I digress. The guy made it sound like Ridley Scott was like a really like emphatic note taker and thinker. And I kind of just don't feel like, did he fuck it up or do our fragile brains just not quite understand what he was doing?
I
Do you
mean,
know
he
what I
could have
mean?
done it on purpose so nobody else can fucking go
Like
in
what
there
was
and like
fucked up
make
about it?
prequels and shit and ruin it.
Oh, okay, that's clever. Um, I don't know. I just feel like would he do that and be like, whatever, fuck it, throw it on screen, kid. You know what I mean? I feel like he thinks about this shit.
I think he thinks too much about it. I think he went into it
Mm.
maybe too overly confident in it. Because I mean, if you break it down as far as like the original Alien, it's not a very complex story. Like
No, not at all. It's great.
aliens exist, they find the giant engineered thing, dude, on the ship, and eggs hatch, aliens come out. And then so that's what I was expecting with Prometheus was like, we're gonna find out what that giant fucking engineer body is. And then we got like this fucking weird, I don't know, metaphor for religion and mankind and all this shit. Like, I think he just put way too much into it rather than just keeping it simple like he did with the original Alien.
I think that's where we're gonna have to agree to disagree sort of thing because I kind of feel like the original Alien sort of shows that a a world torn by dystopia and oligarchs and billionaires and who has the resources and who doesn't. I kind of feel like all the Alien movies have like a strife between the rich and the poor, and I kind of think that Prometheus did that well, where it touched on a societal notion of religion and where we come from and why we do anything that we do. You know, I totally get what you're saying because the story what Alien is about is very simple, but at the same time I feel like it says a lot without having to say it. I mean, it's in the social context of each conversation that happens in the movie where they're talking about getting paid more, you know what I mean, for doing the job, and it's increasingly more dangerous, and they don't want to pay them more. And then we find out that there's an AI robot 50 years ago before we have AI now. You know, the movie had a lot to say socially, and I think so did Prometheus in the same vein. Though I agree with what you're saying, I just it really affected me the way I wanted it to. Prometheus really had something to say to me for whatever reason.
That's fair.
I like both of your points.
Yeah, we're smart.
Do you think now is a good time to get into the other hot take?
Yeah, let's do it because I already know what it is, and I'm excited to hear what you think.
I'm ready to talk about it.
Ready? You ready?
Let's
So,
go.
so yeah, to kind of set the stage in our Discord, I gave a little heads up as to what we were talking about as far as hot takes. So I asked for our friends in the Discord to give their hot takes, and maybe we talk about it. So actually, speaking of our friend Art Lee, he put in there about the Scream franchise. So his was the Scream franchise should not be as popular as it is. 4, 5, 6 ghost face killers that cannot seal the deal. Same story regurgitated 7 times. Scream was damn near perfection, but we didn't need 6 sequels. The fact that they're bringing all these legacy characters back is the laziest and most dissatisfying aspect to the sequels. So, all that being said, the news from this week is that Scott Foley, who played Roman in Scream 3, and Matthew Lillard have both signed on to come back for Scream 7. There's a lot of talk about what this one could be. And yeah, that's the big news of the week. Go on.
I'm
Colby,
pumped
go.
about. I'm pumped for the Matthew Lillard news because I've been saying Stu isn't dead, but I don't like that they also announced Scott Foley. But we were talking with a friend yesterday, and he brought up a fucking really cool point. Actually, this is our friend Seth. He made a video according to Seth. Check him out. Shout out according to Seth. What if they are going the New Nightmare route, where this is all like it's in like this it's about the Stab franchise, how they did with New Nightmare, but Nightmare on Elm Street. And like Scott and Matthew Lillard, they play themselves and shit, and Ghostface comes and starts killing off everybody like that. What if they go that route with it?
That would be intriguing to me because I love Wes Craven's New Nightmare, bro. I love that movie. That is an underrated movie, and it hit me at the right time when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd be really fun to see something like pan out like that in modern day because we haven't seen anything like that in 20
Right.
plus years. But I do also feel like I almost feel like if it doesn't go that route, it's just a huge cash grab after they lost,
Yep.
Melissa Barrera, and it's just like I instantly thought that, and in my head I was like, nobody feels that way, nobody cares, Vic, you know what I mean? And then I saw Chuck post his little thing, and I was like, oh man, it's I'm not the only one. And it almost got me to a point of thinking like, I wonder if it's going to reach Matthew Lillard and then people are going to be like almost outraged, just like with Melissa when she backed out, it was kind of like an outrage. I wonder, the deal is signed, right? But I wonder if Matthew Lillard would be like, in light of the public's concern or whatever, I think I am going to step back, and then the movie could just fall apart again. Because hasn't it been in production and out of production so many times already? It
Yeah.
might just continue to waver like that. Honestly, it could. And I do feel like it. As soon as I saw that, his little hand writing the thing, I was like, this is such a slap in the face. If it happened 2 movies ago, I'd be like, cool. But it clearly seems like a loss of artistic merit and more so just to put butts in the seats. And that's, of course, I'm a butt and I'm going to be in the seats, but at the same time, I just wish I wasn't. I wish they weren't
Yeah.
pandering. I'm tired of just being pandered to and then accepting it. As much as I love Matthew Lillard, I'd hope that he'd find that it's a move that goes against people that were standing for something, and it it might upset some people. I'm the person that's on the fence about it and impartial, but not stoked
So
overall.
Victor, what if? So
Go.
Chuck actually said this yesterday. What if they do go the New Nightmare route, and at the end, the killer is Melissa Barrera? How fucking sick would that be?
I mean, that'd be crazy because like it didn't she just completely back out of the movie? You said like
He got
she'd have
fired.
signed back on in secret. Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Kevin
She got
Williamson can
fired.
make it happen though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about that. I can't
Because
even process that.
that would be a big slap in the face to the fucking other people that fucked everyone over with that. And I think it'd be fun like fan service. But on the negatives though, I think it's fucking stupid that they announced Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard. I think it's stupid that they told us this. The marketing for movies lately has been fucking pissing me off with the trailers, the cast announcements. Like, let us fucking be surprised.
Yeah. Yep. On that, in that same vein, if I may interject really quickly, when Laura and I have been seeing the trailer for Companion for the past few months, they didn't tell you that she's a fucking you know.
No.
And then in all of the other trailers, it was almost like, oh, this trailer's underperforming. Now we need to tell everybody that she's that'll bring them in. And I was like, this is so lazy because when I saw the movie, I was like, I would have thought that was really cool if I didn't fucking know. But I know. Because like
Same with
30 minutes
Abigail.
in, right. It's same thing, really, but this one would have had more impact to me than anything I'd seen previous, and it just it fell apart. I mean, I like the movie still, but advertising is just like such a integral key to making a cool movie these days, and that one really bummed me out. I wish I didn't know that when I went into that movie.
Yeah, and like with the Wolfman too, it showed fucking everything in the Wolfman. It showed the entire transformation scene before the movie came
Yeah.
out. It
Mhm.
showed the fucking for Werewolf Fever swamp looking dude. Like it's I don't think I would have hated the design if I saw it in the movie like that,
Yeah,
honestly. It's just, dude, marketing is fucking trash lately.
kind of
Like
is.
more trash than it's ever been.
Kind of is. I mean, it's all just a cash grab, and it's unfortunate, man. Like we need some new people out there to kind of, make something that comes out of left field. And I think that was sort of the Terrifier thing, kind of just surprised a lot of people. But we need another new one. We need more people just to kind of keep doing that.
Yeah,
It's all
I don't know.
predictable.
But Ian, what are your opinions on this Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard situation?
Yeah.
There's nothing about Scream 7. There's no announcements about Scream 7 that's going to make me excited for this movie, other than them saying we're not making Scream 7. Like, like no shit. Like I love Roman. I love Stu. I don't think they're coming back as those characters. If anything, it's gonna be if they do, it'll be like the stupid fucking uh
Bullshit ghost.
yeah, like the fucking ghost shit. Um yeah,
The Billy Goat?
yeah, I think the the new Nightmare route is probably the most believable.
Hmm.
Um, but even that, like, I mean, I love New Nightmare. And like Victor said, like if all the bullshit hadn't gone down with Melissa and then Jenna and all that, and they were just doing this as like a nod to New Nightmare, then I'd be all about it. But yeah, the fact that they're not hiding it, like they straight up said, hey, these people are involved, they're coming back. Like there's no surprise. So I
It
don't
feels like
care.
they're desperate.
Yeah. That's what
Oh
all of this
yeah,
feels like. Like
clearly.
as soon as all the shit went down with Melissa and then Jenna left, they got desperate. They did whatever they had to get Nev back. And now they're like, we need more. We need to get all the fans on board. And I think it's having the opposite effect. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm still gonna see the movie, but like
Hmm.
I'm not hyped for it. I don't care. Like I love Scream, but like I would really rather this not happen. I would rather just end Scream where it was at and not have any of this bullshit coming out.
I agree.
I agree.
'Cause, yeah, it's just like frustrating because it is like a giant. It feels like a giant slap in the face.
It is. And I think a lot of this stuff is that's kind of how we see, I almost feel like we're being pandered to with almost all the movies coming out lately. There's some good ones that shine through, but they have to be an original idea. And I almost feel like all the sequels, even including Romulus, which I thought was a decent enough movie or a good movie, wasn't a great movie to me. I just kind of feel like I was being pandered to a lot of the time. And it's tough to like create a whole new thing without just paying fan service and lip service to people that they know they've already got their money from. It does make you feel it's an insult to all of our intelligence sometimes, especially when it's this blatant. I think after Nev Campbell and now we're bringing in XYZ, it just feels like way too much all at once. And to go against the fact that it might not be him coming back as Stu. I mean, the reveal was that he was writing the quote that he's famous for as Stu. Do you not think that he's just going to be like in an insane asylum somewhere, and that he's like 55, and then he'd be like, yeah, 30 years ago he totally tried to kill me, and now you know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like they're going to make it like he's back as Stu. I wish it would be the new Nightmare thing, but I don't know, dude. He was right in the
That's what I
line.
want it to be, but I don't think it's going to.
Same.
I've been a hardcore Stu is dead person since the first one, so I know he was originally supposed to come back for three, but like you have a giant CRT TV smashed on your head and electrocuted.
Those bitches are heavy, dude.
Yeah, dude. I remember lugging those around all the time. Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
more excited for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 than Scream 7.
Yeah, like I'd rather him just go do that. Like it is like I feel the same way about him signing on for this as I did Nev when she first signed on to come back. Like I don't know if it feels like all of it just feels dirty. I don't like it.
And the
It
fact
feels
that
dirty.
Mark Kincaid is not her husband, like it's just a shit show.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have
Huh.
any like I try to be positive about everything, and it's just I don't really have any positivity when it comes to Scream 7.
No. And it sucks because Scream is literally my favorite franchise. So it's I don't know. Like I want to be excited for it, but I'm not.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a rough one.
Well,
Damn.
now we sound. All right, now we all
The
sound like
vibe,
bummed
the
out.
vibe and the
The
morale
vibe,
just fucking went
it all went
so
down.
far
Well,
down.
we have some
Maybe
more we
we're
have some
just.
more hot takes from Discord, so
Oh yeah,
we're
let's
not
Oh
talk
we're not
yeah.
about
gonna end it
those.
like that. Don't worry.
Fuck Scream 7.
Yeah, fuck
All
Scream
right. Well,
7.
I'm gonna be 5 more minutes if that's cool with y'all.
What, you have to go in 5 minutes?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay,
We started a little late, and I just got some stuff to take care of tomorrow. I apologize.
that's all good.
Colby does unprofessionalism.
No, it's
Colby does
not you.
naps.
Colby
Yeah.
does snaps.
All right. Let me see.
Let's hear 'em.
I'll find a good one. Um, actually, speaking of Chuddle, so Chuddle the Sam, he was actually the first one I think to put in there. It's James Wan hasn't made a good movie since Saw. That was
I
his
don't
hot
know.
That's
take.
real.
I loved Malignant.
Oh, Malignant's great. That was a
I
that
think
that person
Malignant's
lied
one
to
of his
you.
best.
Yeah, I love Malignant. Even without
Mm.
Malignant, I would say Death Sentence because I fucking
Death
love Death Sentence.
Sentence, starring Kevin Bacon, dude.
Yes,
Starring John Goodman, dude. Death Sentence is so good.
it is. It's my favorite James Wan movie.
It's probably mine too. It's so vastly underrated. It's criminal.
I
I'm pissed
I
off.
kind of liked Dead Silence as well.
I also love Dead Silence.
I wanted to love Dead Silence, and I feel like it's a very subpar movie overall. But I I'm a sucker for like ventriloquist doll bullshit, and like the twist ending was fun. I just as a whole, it never really touched me in any type of way. But it's
Got
cool.
Donnie Wahlberg, bro.
I know. That's a really hot take. If we all three disagree with that take, then they're hot.
That is.
They're
There,
on fire.
That's the hottest take that we've had tonight.
I think
that's a hot
so.
one, Sam.
Yep. Good job, Sam. Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
But yeah, no, we'll wrap it up then since you got to get going.
No, give me a couple
So,
more. You got a list.
what do you just have 5 minutes?
That was 2 minutes ago. I got three
Oh, okay.
more.
That was 2 minutes
I
ago.
got three more.
All right, here's another one. From 3-6 Rick. He said Ty West is hella overrated and Pearl is his best film. My response to that was you spelled House of the Devil wrong.
House of the Devil is definitely his best film. I do think he's overrated, but yeah, I don't think that's not really that hot of a take, except for Pearl. Pearl fucking sucked.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Pearl. I don't think he's overrated. I like Ty West. I'm not a fan of Pearl
I
though.
I think Perla is my favorite of the three, the trilogy, and I don't think Ty West is overrated. I think he's great, dude. He directed an episode or two of that movie or that show. Oh, fuck, what is that show called? Hey, Laura, what's that show that Ty West directed? Them. You ever seen Them? Shows
Oh yeah,
show's incredible. Ty West directed some of that.
I didn't know that.
Um, oh yeah. I mean, and outside of that, House of the Devil, I think the new trilogy is really cool. And to churn them out like that, back to back. Um, what else? Like I know where he did.
The Innkeepers is
Innkeepers,
one that people don't talk about a lot. That movie's
right?
amazing.
I love that movie.
Do you think so? Because I didn't want to bring that one up because that's my least favorite Ty West joint. Like I was not a fan of the Innkeepers personally. I found it supremely boring, but
My
I
wife didn't like
tried.
it either.
No, I gotta try it again because like I love a good ghost movie, but like damn, that one just didn't resonate with me at all. But I don't think Ty West is overrated. I think he's great. I think he's doing sick shit and the original shit. And even if it doesn't resonate with me or you, it kind of still has that artistic merit I'm talking about. So I like the guy, but
Agreed.
half hot. That's a half hot take.
Hot. Lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
Um, yeah, that was the big ones from Discord. I do want to say it's just in general. It's not a hot take, but I think the word overhyped. I don't think that's a word that should exist. I don't think
I think it's
anything is
fucking stupid.
overhyped, in my
In
opinion.
fact, what so the hot take is that overhyped is shouldn't be used.
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean,
And
I hear it every day
Mhm.
on social media. Like, I didn't like this movie; it was overhyped. Well, you just didn't
mhm,
like the movie. The fact that a ton of people like something, so
right.
you expected to like it, is on you.
Yeah, right.
Don't blame everyone else for liking something because you didn't like it. And that's all I think about when I hear overhyped.
Yeah, that's philosophical, bro. Like you're right. I agree with you. We set our expectations way too high. And that's why I like to go in blind with things so that way I don't like, ooh, one trailer, one time, go.
Yeah, I'm fucking done with trailers again.
Yeah.
I'll watch teasers. That's it.
Mm. As a person who goes to the theater twice a week, it's kind of hard to avoid them. And as a kid, ironically, I used to hate the trailers, bro. I used to think I'm like, just come on, give me fucking Dunstan checks in, dude. I don't want all this crap before it. But now, we get to the theater like a half hour early just so we can catch everything. But I don't want to see it multiple times. I don't want to see the new trailer that gives away that the girls are fucking stop.
I'm just so
That's it.
glad we don't have to see fucking Speak No Evil trailer every fucking 20 seconds now.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. What'd you think of that one, the remake?
I thought it was acted very well. I I liked it a little bit more than the original in some aspects, but then I think they played it too safe with the ending because I don't like the original at all. I just hate the parents. I
Mm-hmm.
fucking hate every decision in that movie. It's just very unbelievable. And I know they're going for that message about pacifism and
Mm-hmm.
like their culture, but the most
Yeah,
satisfying part of that movie was the ending with the parents for me.
it was satisfying.
Absolutely.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
for
my favorite
sure.
part of the movie.
Yeah, I like that
And
movie a
because
lot. The original. Uh-huh.
I usually have like a very strong trigger warning with like violence against children, but it didn't affect
Yeah.
me at all. I was like, well, they fucking deserve that. They had that coming.
Yeah. I mean, it, it seems like it was certainly more geared towards an American audience. I mean, I know
Mhm.
it's an American made movie, but like more geared towards like how we think these people would act. Because when I saw the original, I was like, no way. But then you sit
Yeah.
there and you put yourself in someone else's shoes and you see people across the ocean and how they aren't necessarily born into a world of violence that us
Yeah.
three are. And so it was almost like they were trapped into a corner. And I try to put myself in that position and think, how would another person on the opposite end of the world act in this situation? And clearly the Blumhouse version is for us to be like, oh, see, this is how this would actually happen. But I think I resonated more with the original personally. And the ending of the new one was you're right, it was far too safe.
And
But
the
yeah,
fact
actually,
that the director of Eden Lake did the
yeah.
remake and played it
Mm.
so safe like that, I was just very
That,
like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, really?
that was that was a shocker. Eden Lake is a shocker of a movie, and to I was expecting it to go all the way out, and it kind of just stopped, and I was like, oh fuck. There was a point where it clicked in my head where I was like, this is what we're gonna get, and I knew exactly what it was gonna be, and it just became predictable, which was surprising. So I guess maybe it was unpredictable, really.
But I mean, I guess that's a hot take for me that I like the remake a bit better than the original, but it's just more believable because the parents they fought back at the end, and there's still times throughout the movie where they spoke up and weren't fucking
Hmm.
pussies about everything. So I just in that aspect, I like the remake more,
I feel you.
even though the
Valid
dad was
argument.
still a fucking vagina.
Yeah. What about you, Ian?
I was not a fan of the remake at all.
Yeah.
The like I like the original. Like the
Mhm.
first time I watched it, it does piss you off and
Oh yeah.
you're frustrated at the parents. Um, but I love like the ending. I love the ending.
Hmm.
And after kind of sitting on it for a while and thinking about it, like it's a really good movie, and it does show a different kind of mindset or different like way of life that we're not used to.
Culture.
Yeah, different culture. But I mean it is believable in that way. So I just feel like the American remake did what American remakes do. Like it was very cookie cutter by the book, and like the performances were good, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
there was no surprise or shock to it. So
Hmm.
like because like watching the original for the first time, like you don't know what to expect. So like when the shit does happen to the kid and when they do like get fucking stoned at the end, like it is shocking
It
because you're
is.
not used to movies ending that way. So the fact that the American remake just like did, another typical American remake ending, like there's no shock. There was nothing like I knew what to expect as soon as it started.
Yeah. And the fact that they did that is almost like a social commentary in and of itself. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It was almost like as self-aware and meta in that sense, because it's kind of a lot of people went in knowing that it was a remake. So you're sitting there waiting, like, oh, is it are they going to go that route? And they don't, and it's kind of like this is what you get, you know?
I did love that ending because I was like, ha, idiots. Like I wanted to pick up a rock and throw one too.
Yeah. Um, I don't mean to cut it off, but my phone did just say I'm on 2%, and on top of that, I don't want it to cut out in the middle of it. So you can edit me out however you need to, but thanks for having me on tonight, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. But any
Yeah.
updates, anything to plug real quick before we're out of here?
Um, we film in May. Hail Mare. Love you all, especially Ian and Colby. And yeah, that's it. You know, slow updates. We're getting there, but nothing to really plug right now.
Cool,
Don't
cool.
forget to get in the flask.
But yeah, we'll have. I'm sure you'll be back on here in probably another
No.
couple weeks. So there he goes, Victor gone.
He
But
was
yeah,
just cupping his mouth to say get in the flask too.
get in the flask. But yeah, to everyone watching, listening, we appreciate you. Hit up the show notes. All Victor's information's in there. All of ours. Jump in the Discord. Check out the merch. Um, all the other social media. All the shit's down there. So
And I was just gonna say real quick, like Ian said, jump in the Discord. We are gonna start doing every month a movie night, and we're going to put a poll up on what movies we're gonna all watch together. So jump in there. We both have the links on our bios, I think. So
yeah,
but
gang
yeah,
gang.
stay safe. Love you guys, and that's it.
What if everything you know is someone else's dream?
There you go. That's it.